So this is an example of the spreadsheet I'd like to see. Um, I want you to make sure you include some imagery that shows me, what you Googled as far as finding section properties for your C channel or your H channel. Um, I'd like to see the deflection calculation or formula here. Obviously the wind speed. If you do the wind speed with the linear one that I calculated, that's great. I would appreciate seeing that. And I want you to be experimenting with this formula once you've created it. Now, you're going to share this with me as a Google Docs document. I'm going to just shut this down for a second and go to Google Docs. And I'm going to go to share. And when you do, I want you to make sure that anyone with a link is able to view it um, so that I'll be able to see it. Actually, it would probably even be better if you made it an editor. I think I'd appreciate it actually while I'm thinking about it being an editor. That way I can actually go in and look at the formulas. So that's the way I want you to share it with me if you're doing it as a Google Docs. Now, if you're doing it as an Excel document, you can just send me the Excel file and that would also be fine. So I didn't build a spreadsheet for just one input. I'd like you to experiment, hopefully experiment with lengths and widths. Think about allowable deflections. Think about what the section that you want to select in order to use in this. And what you think about as far as allowable deflection. So I made a few questions over here to ask yourself. And so I want you to submit the spreadsheet. And then in that blog entry, I want you to write a little narrative. What material did you select and why? Why did you pick steel over aluminum or aluminum over steel? What shape and size did you select for the window column? And that would be probably after some evaluation. What wind speed did you design for and why? Did you design for category 5? Did you think that was unnecessary because the codes don't require it? Did you design for less wind speeds? And what is your feelings on why, what was your thinking behind that? Remember, this is just our kind of dialogue and our learning experience on this whole thing. There's no right and wrongs. We're just trying to flesh out our thinking and how we make evaluations of our design intent. Um, what did you arrive at for your deflection? What was an allowable deflection for you? What was your justification for that? Was it an inch of deflection? Was it a quarter of an inch of deflection? Why did you determine that that would be allowable? What was your thinking about the occupancy maybe? What was your design thinking behind that? And then kind of finish that all off with kind of maybe an overall general concept about what you think about using spreadsheets to do these calculations. Do you see it as empowering? Do you see it as tedious? Do you see this as a good learning exercise? Do you have suggestions for ways to improve it and make it better? So I'm really looking forward to this. And like I said, as you know, I read all the comments and I really try to use it to influence the way these programs get designed for you. So thank you for all of the comments that you'll make on this.